Folks, I might have stumbled on an idea to get back into a little bit of progression after the top five series. So here's my thing, and test me if you will. With the expansion talk all over the interweb, all through the NHL, and if Gary Bettman is even going to lift a finger. You know how Gary Bettman is. What would happen if he actually did pull the trigger in the next couple of years and would allow some of those teams to start putting things together to bring teams back or become expansion in the NHL? Well, right now, as of this very second, as I do this video, it looks like the two home free could very well be Atlanta and Houston. So with that being said, I'm going to put my hard hat on and see what exactly would happen if those bad boys from the A came back into the league. What would they have? Let's talk about it. So I figured out my brand new spanking new Atlanta Thrasher hat's pretty old. Actually, I got a pretty old hat. It's actually a pretty old hat because I found it. I got it on eBay, and it was from the old Phillips Arena, which is now the State Farm Arena. Go figure. But it is good to have you guys back in the channel, and we're going to find something else progressive to do. And this is actually a good idea to do. It's just to have a little fun, because we know reality sets in and we just don't know when things are going to happen, when things are going to take place. And we might as well just go full-fledged on it. As of right now, there's this thing right here called a subscribe button. Hit that if you want to be alerted for anything new that comes across. We just did a big top five series of all 30 teams, 32 teams in the league, and a handful of others of my top five jerseys of each team. This time around, it's a little bit fun to go to, because we are going to go into a little bit of a phase, and I'm going to, as always I say, I'm going to try to breeze through. We're going to breeze through what exactly would happen in the possible concepts of any of the cities that have been thrown into the godforsaken potluck bag of who could possibly the next NHL expansion teams be. As of this very moment, it looks like it's going to be a surefire for Atlanta and Houston. We just don't know when Gary Bettman will pull the trigger. So when that's going to happen, we don't know. It may be 2027, 28, we don't know. But everything's in place. Cities have arenas, or cities have plates or whatever, have like certain things. So we have to be on our toes. So with this being said, as I get myself situated, let me just get myself a little bit situated on my end here. And as always, you always hit that subscribe button. And also another thing too, if you ever run across this little thing right here, you may get a chance to hang out, and we'll do a podcast together sometime down the road. That will be absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. Down the road, we hope we get that situated. So real quick, these videos here that we're going to start on this one is basically going to be a simple concept video of, I'm just going to bring crap from the wonderful world of the interweb and pretty much exactly what would exactly happen if these teams came back. Now, I'm not doing any of these off. I'm not doing these off of Instagram or anything like that. As I did a Quebec one, and I did a Quebec one a while ago. And it was pretty fun. But let's just do this real quick. Figure out the Atlanta Thrashers. Atlanta's had the NHL twice. They bombed twice. But first time was they weren't any good. Second time, ownership and front office was absolute garbage. But the Thrashers are the state bird. And when this logo came out, it was at the time going into 99, 2000 when they came into the league. It was good. It was revolutionary artwork. And quite honestly, to be quite honest with you, I don't even think they should change the logo. I don't even think they should do a darn thing. But with that being said, I'm going to go through the best I possibly can. And like I did, I went through the wonderful world of the interweb, and I just scoured anything I could possibly think of to what exactly could they even believe in, of what they should possibly even consider, possibly, wanting to do anything with bringing the Atlanta Thrashers back, or whatever name they decide to do. We see like a lot of people will do a lot of different things, as far as, like, for example, like do a complete like redesign, rebrand, like these things right here, word mark, logo, everything like that. You can't do that as much as you used to on NHL, on EA Sports. You could create team. There's people that do videos on YouTube of their created teams and all that. Some people do like an entire 60, 40, whatever team they decide to do. And the logos on there, hit and miss. And there's not a lot. That's the only thing really EA Sports really lacks is there's not enough logos unless you're a laptop player, unless you're keyboard, laptop player, and you just, mail in and send in your own, and then you can do whatever you want. But the Atlanta Thrashers, the game plan right now for them is they are looking to build their own building, like outside of the city, suburban city, and a new entertainment district or whatever, which is fine. They'll have a whole new area to play in. Maybe that will be the case for the Atlanta Hawks. They would just stay and play in a State Farm Arena, and the Thrashers would have their own building. But it's also, again, like I said, the state of the art type of thing. Which area of the town you're going to want it. It's Atlanta. It's a showcase of a lot of different things. So let's just go pieces at a time. Let's just play with a little bit. Let's play with a couple things here. Let's take a look at this jersey right here. It's mimicking the baby blue, and you have the stripe on the right side. You got your secondary logo in the front. None of these are bad. Let's just put it this way. None of these are bad, but you're seeing whatever that looks like, and then you're seeing what this looks like. Changing concepts, changing ideas in here. The wave pattern on the bottom. A lot of these are not even half bad, because a lot of these people, some people who put these things together are great design works, great graphic designers, don't have anything else to do with their life. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Let's move on. Here's something different. You got the Atlanta going down the sides. This is really close to Reebok era right here, but you got that big winged secondary logo. They're going to try to push the arrow that's next to the round badge logo, the circular logo. Not too bad, but it brings a little bit of Reebok Edge era to that. So this isn't terrible. It's a loud jersey, very loud. Let's see what else we got here. Let's just if I can hit a button. Now this one, not entirely too bad either. They're gonna push the A on this one. Let me see if I can actually make this a little bigger. This one is actually not half bad either, because they're pushing the A. And in the last handful of years, that's Atlanta's nickname, the A. And then gateway to the south, it's either that or St. Louis, but it's Atlanta. You're going down to the south. They always like to call it the A. So you get the A with the head of the Thrasher in front of it. That actually is not bad at all. I don't mind the burgundy at home, but you also have a third jersey with the blue, and it's again loud, but it's not bad. The road jersey is actually not bad, but if you look at it real close, it brings really close to Reebok Edge era. So this isn't half bad either. Whoever did this is actually another Ice Addicts info concept. Matt Marshall did fantastic work on this one. Let us see, because I am a little slow at this one point here. There we go. This one is actually not bad either. I will give you this one. They're keeping the track. Remember the track with the arrows, with the triangles? This concept right here, I would easily take this. If they wouldn't change a thing, I'd be perfectly fantastic with it, because I don't think personally, my personal opinion, I don't think they should change a darn thing about their jerseys or what they had in 2000. But these right here, this one right here is another one by Glenn Cupreth. These are actually pretty stoked. They did not change the logo. They have a home road and a third. I don't even care what their home is, if it's the burgundy or the blue. You got the white jersey. It is clean. You're actually using the A with the head of the Thrasher bird. This actually might be one of my favorite ones out there, and I'm okay with this. Let's move on. Let's do this one. Here's another face-off look. You can use this as a home jersey. They're going hardcore with the burgundy, and this is a phenomenal jersey. And you get the ATL in the back, and the number fonts don't change either. That's another cool thing about this one. This is about as clean as you get. Secondary logos up top, arrows and the stripes on those arms. Same deal as it matches the bottom. This is a gorgeous jersey. I like the look of this one. Let's look at this. And then this one is basically pretty much all I have to do is just skim through. You see that that's the original home. And then you just changed up the original road without the secondary logo. You just put the original logo back on. That's Dustin Bufflin's old name. See the number kit? That has not changed. I would not even touch it. But when you put the actual logo instead of the secondary logo, pops. That's what I really like about this one as well. Same kind of deal with this one. This one is a little bit. I'll skim through this one real quick. Look at the baby blue. I really like the baby blue look on this one with the colored triangles with that. This one is also pretty sick, but you're also highlighting the secondary logo. So a little tribal-esque, if you will. And this one's not too bad either. This is again a loud jersey that you put into it with all these types of concepts and everything. I really like. So a lot of the people put these together. They have a lot of time on their hands too. I'll tell you that right now. That is about the Thrashers that I can probably tell you. I'm just going through a bunch of them, but I'll tell you right now, I would not even change anything. I mean, this is what they had right before they left. They even had an All-Star game. This was their jersey concept. I did it. I did my top 5. It ended up being a top 6. Because they had like a college jersey type of thing with Thrashers with the number on it. Guy, this is what they had, including the Reebok era, including a little bit of that last part of the Reebok era. Uh, it's a tough call to go by because the Atlanta Thrashers looks like they're on their way back. We just don't know when and what exactly they're going to go by. Which one of those was your favorite? I mean, there's a lot to go by because this is what we're going to get into. I'm not going to try and make these videos long because the next time we do this, I'm going to do Houston. I'm going to do the Houston, whatever it's going to, might be the Houston Arrows, but I'm going to try to put together a bunch of concepts, find them from the interweb, Reddit or whatever, throw them all together and see which ones you like better. And until then, the bar is closed. And I think it gives me an idea of something progressive. What would Atlanta or Houston? And I did Quebec a while ago. I might do it again. I might do Hartford again. I might do some of the other cities that have been putting some different stuff into it. They're not going to get in, but I could put a Milwaukee. I could put I could put New Orleans. I could put Indianapolis. They're not going to get in the league, but we'll do it for we'll do it for the S's and G's. The bar is closed. What's going to happen when the Atlanta Thrashers or the Atlanta whatever come back into the league? Throw a comment in. Is it going to be a nutcase? Is it going to be an insane asylum? As long as Gary Bettman in the NH and he is still in the league, that's exactly what we're going to get. There is the subscribe button. Please hit that. Chuck a like if you like the video. Throw a comment in. The bar is closed. I say that a lot because I am ready for a nap. I will see you, Lottie Legends, in the next one. Are the Thrashers coming back? We'll see you down in the flips. We'll see you when we see you.